Hey, this is Victor with Southern Keto, and this is a Keto in the Car. Now, normally I talk about some keto topics and things like that on my Keto in the Car and my talks. But today I want to talk about something a little different. I want to talk about gratitude and being thankful. And the first thing I want to talk about is we had some awful storms come through here the other day. Now, they said they weren't tornadoes. I'm not sure how, and I'm going to throw some pictures on here during this just to show you. I'm not sure how this was not a tornado that picked up a trampoline over an 8-foot fence and set it down. Not sure how that works. Not sure how so many trees were uprooted during this storm and it wasn't a tornado, but that's what the National Weather Society, National Weather Commission, I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, whatever that governing body is that comes around and does inspections on storms that come through to determine if they're tornadoes or just bad storms or whatever they might be. Anyway, they said it wasn't, so we just have to go with that. But I was driving around just kind of looking at the damage of what was going on around me, and I came across this house, this tree, and this vehicle right here. And it just made me think, like, man, I mean, if the tree had fallen another 10 degrees to the right, it would have crushed that house. If it had fallen another foot to the right, it would have crushed that car. But instead, it fell right beside it. And I mean, I can't imagine being that person that woke up that morning and how grateful and how thankful they must have been that this storm missed them. You know, it just makes me think about life in general, like, you know, whether it applies to keto, whether it applies to anything in your life or what you're doing. Just be grateful for every minute that you have. Because like I said, I mean, another 10 degrees that wind was blowing, whoever was in that house could have died. And so it's just important to take each minute and just be grateful that you have that minute. Be thankful that you have that minute. And be grateful for the people in your life. And let them know that you're grateful for them. I mean, I rode around looking at all these pictures. I'm gonna put them in here for you, just so you can see what was going on around us. We went for 3 days without power. I was fortunate because I appreciate y'all so much. I want to make sure that I got a video in because I told you that I was going to. And I feel an obligation to get the videos out. And luckily I had one that I had already filmed, because if not, there wouldn't have been a video. And I mean, I'm sure you would have understood due to the circumstances, but you know, it's just something in me that if I say I'm going to do something, I want to do it. And so I'm just thankful that I had that video filmed and I was able to get it out for you. That was the chocolate pudding video. If you hadn't seen it, I'll link it up there for you. But I've been wanting to put that out for a while, and I kept putting it off, and thankfully I had it recorded so that I could put it out and had a video to put out. You know, our power came back on at 11 o'clock Friday night, and so I worked until I couldn't work anymore, which was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and had that video ready to go for you Saturday morning. So I hope you enjoyed it. But another thing I'm thankful for is, obviously I posted the other day on the community tab of my Facebook group and my Facebook page that the lemon dessert video got 100,000 views, which, I mean, it was my wife's idea. It was her recipe. She just kind of challenged me to make it. And I'm sure she's going to rub that in my face for a long time. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't. She's like, well, you're the one that did the video. You did all the work on it. I'm like, yeah, but it was your recipe. You're the one that had the idea for me to do the video about it. So it's your video. So that's what I call it. It's your video. So anyway, she's like, it's your video, but it's her video. I'm just telling you. If it weren't for her, I would not have recorded that video. So it's her video, whatever. But then the very next day after that, I hit 10,000 subscribers. I can't even comprehend that. I mean, when I started this channel, I didn't think I would I figured I'd get to 100 people just from like friends and family that I put on Facebook. Hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to me. And, you know, I figured they'd never watch the videos because obviously if you're not into keto or low carb cooking, you ain't gonna watch the videos. That's evidenced by my sister-in-law and the yellow bowl that she lost several years ago. If you don't know the story, go back and watch it. But so obviously she's subscribed, but she's never seen the first video, or she would have asked me about that yellow mixing bowl. But I thought that really, if I could get like 100 people to watch the channel and enjoyed the recipes that I was doing, because I felt like I was doing some stuff that nobody else really was, which was kind of my goal, because when I was looking for recipes for a lot of my favorite foods, I couldn't find them. And look, I've been cooking since I was in my early 20s. I've been watching and observing my grandmother, my Nana, and my dad. They were kind of the cooks in my family, so I always watched them and kind of observed, but I didn't do a whole lot of cooking until I hit my 20s, and I had to, because I couldn't afford to go out and eat every single night, and I like good food, so I needed to learn a lot of that stuff on my own, so I did. And then once I got into keto, because the first time I did keto when I was doing personal training, I mean, it was simple. I'd cook 5 pounds of chicken breasts. I'd smoke them one week. I'd bake them the next week. I'd grill them the next week. And then I'd throw a little bit of frozen vegetable in with it. And, you know, that's pretty easy. I mean, there's really nothing to it. But then once I got into real keto cooking, and I really wanted to make the recipes I love, so I would stick with it. And then I figured out, you know, all the nuances of keto cooking, keto baking. That's why I said in the beginning when I started doing videos that I am not a baker. And that doesn't mean I can't follow a recipe and bake something, you know, that's not keto. I can do that. Anybody can do that. But once you start trying to make recipes and you figure out that almond flour don't work the same as regular flour because it don't have gluten in it, and you figure out that a lot of things work a lot differently when you're doing keto cooking than when you're doing regular cooking. So I had to adapt to that. So it was a whole new technique that I had to learn, really. And so I've done that, but you know, it's a whole different ball game when you're trying to develop keto recipes versus regular recipes. So I had to learn cooking all over again. But anyway, I say that to say this, that I was just hoping if I had 100 people and they were looking at the stuff I was doing, they're like, hey, yeah, that reminds me of such and such. This reminds me of my Nana's or grandmother's or meemaw. There's a lot of meemaws down here, which, oof, I don't know. That one gets me every time. I hate hearing that, but hey, it's prevalent down here. But anyway, if you're a meemaw, don't take any offense to that. I'm just saying, I don't like it. Nana, Nona. Anyway, Granny. That reminds me of Granny Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies every time I hear that. But hey, she was a spry old lady. I bet she did keto and carnivore for sure. Anyway, I say that to say this, that I figured if I found a few people that liked the recipes and reminded them, or they were able to have the same recipes that they enjoyed growing up, or the stuff that they like, but make it a little healthier, then I'd be happy. If I get to 100 people, other than the people that just signed up or subscribed because I told them to, that'd be a great thing. So I'd be real happy with that. And then it kind of went beyond that a little bit, and I was like, well, you know, if I could get to 1,000, that'd be real cool. And it's grown so much more than that. And I just want to say to each and every one of you, I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you for taking your time and watching my videos. And I'm hoping it helps you in some way. But even if it's just entertainment and you just enjoy watching, then that's cool too, because I grew up watching a lot of Food Network. I learned to cook from a lot of Food Network stuff. So, you know, obviously watching my grandmother and my dad cook But until you get in there and do it, you really don't know what you don't know. And so that's one thing I wanted to do too, is make this stuff simple, make it easy to cook, where pretty much anybody could do it. And that's why I say, like, if I make a dessert, anybody can make that dessert. If I'm doing some sort of baked dish, anybody can do that baked dish. I'm not doing super fancy French techniques. You know, I'm not trying to do that. I want to make it easy. I want to make it simple. I want to make it healthy. And I want to make it delicious. So anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing to the channel. You got me to 10,000 subscribers. And I can't even imagine this. But now I feel like, hey, if I can do this, then I want to reach more people. And y'all are helping me do that, because you share my videos, you comment on them, and you like them, which tells YouTube that, hey, people like this stuff. We're going to show it to more people. And the more people that see it, the more I can put into making the videos, testing out stuff, and eventually, hey, maybe I'll be full-time doing this. I mean, that'd be really cool, because then I can bring y'all stuff that you like. You can give me suggestions on, hey, can you do this week? Or, hey, could you get somebody on your channel, you know, hey, could you get Dr. Barry on your channel? And one day I'd love to say, hey, yeah, I can get Dr. Barry on my channel right now. I mean, he knows who I am because he put me in his 3 million subscriber video, which I need to link up there too in case you haven't seen it. But I was in that video. So, but like if I message him like, hey, he'd probably be like, I mean, he probably would actually help me because he's that kind of person. But I'd love to be able to get, you know, whoever you want on the channel. I want to start doing interviews and things like that. I got a lot of big goals and big dreams for this channel, things that I want to accomplish. And I'm hoping to meet a lot of you at Keto Palooza. I've still got hopes that I'm going to make it to Keto Palooza this October. It's kind of a good time of year for me because I do, you know, my main business is pressure washing. And so that time of year, it slows down a little bit. So I feel like if there's ever a chance of me being able to go to one of these conferences to be able to meet y'all, then this would be it. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think we may be able to work it out. It looks like the dates are going to work. My wife has a soap and bath products business, and so that time of year she starts really ramping up and getting busy. And so normally when my business slows down, then hers is getting busy and I'm helping her with that. And so that's just that time of year where we may have a couple weeks where we can get up there. We've been to Louisville before. We've done I actually went to a bunch of the distilleries and did that bourbon tour thing, and went to the Churchill Downs, which was really cool. That's one of the most fun things we've ever done. Me and my wife and son went there, and we got to see the whole history of the Kentucky Derby, and I mean, it was just so cool. It was a really good experience. So we love that area. I've been up there twice. I actually went to another conference up there one time. It was an equipment conference where they have pressure washing equipment and lawn equipment and things like that. So I've actually been a couple times, but I'm hoping me and my wife can make it up there for that Keto Palooza to meet y'all. The main point of this video is just be grateful for what you have. I'm so grateful for y'all for supporting my channel and watching and liking and commenting on all my videos and sharing them. And just be thankful for the little things in life, because the little things make all the difference. And you know, you saw some of those pictures earlier in the video, and you know, just be thankful for every minute you have here. Be thankful for every little thing. Stop and smell the roses is the old saying, and it's totally true. So anyway, 10,000, I never thought it could happen in my wildest dreams, but I'm so glad it did. And I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you that are watching this video, and even more people that aren't watching. I feel like the people that watch these keto in the cars and everything, y'all are my people. A lot of people will watch the videos on the recipes and things like that, but the ones that really kind of want to get to know me a little better, this is the platform for that. These are the videos for that. So I really appreciate y'all. And anytime you got any questions, always leave me comments. You know, whatever you need. If you got any videos you'd like to see me make, leave that down there too. I read each and every one, and I respond to them. and I'm always looking for good ideas. So anyway, thank y'all so much for 10,000. It really means a lot to me. I'm really grateful. I'm really thankful for it. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.